Earlier today, we reported on the fact that Kathleen Kennedy stated that the sequel trilogy characters may actually appear in Star Wars movies and comics down the line, and that just because The Rise of Skywalker would be the finite ending of the Skywalker saga itself does not mean that these sequel trilogy characters will never return. But now we have an even bigger update concerning the future of Star Wars movies after The Rise of Skywalker, and after the conclusion of the third Skywalker trilogy, with a massive bombshell dropped by Kathleen Kennedy about the future of the movies to come. According to Kathleen Kennedy, with her interview with the Los Angeles Times, she has every intention of creating future Star Wars stories, but they will be very different moving forward, with Lucasfilm having plans to move away from the trilogy format of Star Wars movies, meaning that Lucasfilm will focus on one-off independent stories for future movies, at least for the time being. However, if those future installments and movies do well at the box office and critically, there will be stories open-ended, and Lucasfilm will be allowed to expand on the stories that they told with the original intention of just creating a single movie, a very different format that we've seen from Star Wars ever before, as every single Star Wars movie that we've gotten builds onto the next one, so it will be quite interesting getting a story that will not do that, at least not at first, as it appears as if Lucasfilm will focus solely on that project instead of working on the grand scheme of things to come. This is very much how the Marvel Cinematic Universe started out, as the intention of the Marvel movies was to make good movies at first, not to build on the other movies to come. In fact, the major criticism of Marvel movies that came after is a lot of people believed that they were actually focusing too much on the stories to come than the story at hand. But again, Marvel is a great example of storytellers that focus on the plot and the movie at hand and not the bigger scheme, leaving little hints at the bigger scheme, especially in bigger event movies, but that hardly ever being the main focus of the story. The main focus of the story is to be good and quality, which it appears as if Star Wars is headed in that same direction. And if the future movies and stories that they tell are successful, they are open-ended, with Kathleen Kennedy saying this: "I think it gives us a more open-ended view of storytelling and doesn't lock us into this 3-act structure. We're not going to have some finite number and have that fit into a box. We're really going to let the story dictate what comes next." I know this may be a divisive decision on behalf of Lucasfilm, but I actually really like this idea and hope that it will work out well for Lucasfilm moving forward. Anyway though guys, I would love to hear your opinions on this, and the fact that Star Wars will be moving away from the trilogy format, at least for the time being and with their future movies, past the end of The Rise of Skywalker. Do you guys think that this is ultimately a wise and a good decision or not? Anyway my friends, thank you as always so much for watching. Don't forget there's a big sale going on for the holiday season on all Star Wars merch. That will be the top link in the description below. May the Force be with you and have a great day.